Good morning, people. It is a new week. We are back on the VR36 project and we've had a few bits turn up this week. So I just want to run you through what I've got here in the garage at the moment. Starting off with this lovely box here containing a swell pot, most of our fueling system. So swell pot, 044 pump, Bosch filter, all the fittings. This came from eBay from a guy called Torx. You can see that. The quality of this stuff is spot on. I've gone with this guy for all of the fuel system basically. I'm just waiting for the rest of it to turn up. So yeah, 1.5 litre swell pot and all the fittings there. That's going to go in the boot, but we'll get to that when we get to it. We've also had Link ECU turn up. So I've gone for the G4X. I think this is the X Extreme. So one of the, like, not the top boy, but it's the one step down from it. So it'll do everything that we want. It will do, yeah, basically it's the brain of the car, isn't it? So it'll work spot on. We've had a Bosch throttle pedal turn up, E-throttle, which will talk to the ECU. As I said in the previous video, we've gotten rid of the traditional cable throttle, so I need to work out how to mount that. I didn't realise how sort of long it would be, but we'll get to that. And oil pressure and AFR gauges, they've turned up, and some other things, but nothing too exciting. Also, this week on the car, Kev's been round, he's fitted the breather lines for the catch can. He's put our fuel regulator in. I need to tidy up all of this anyway, get a cover for here, cover that up, but that can wait. And he's also routed the oil cooler lines around the back there. Just see those red and blue. You just see those red and blue fittings there, but we need to work on that. Next thing is take it all apart. What I also wanted to show you was, picked up my diff, and I dropped this down to Steve down in Pompey because I couldn't be asked to put a poly bush in it or weld it, so I got him to do it. Like I said before, this is an E34 diff. It's got an E30 backing plate on it actually, so it fits up to the compact. The way you can tell a medium case from a small case is 8 bolts on a medium case, 6 bolts on a small case. So I'm going to try and wrangle the other one out, seal this one up, and wrangle this one back in. Right then, as you can see, it is late on Sunday night, but I just want to show you a few bits that we've done to the car over the weekend. The fuel system's now done. We've basically got to finish doing the prop, and then the engine can come out, the car can be prepped, caged, painted, engine can be put back in, wiring can be done, and then it's finished. I say it's finished, there's a few months off yet. We're a few months off yet, but in a nutshell, yeah, we're one step away from ripping the engine out and getting the car ready to actually run. So, what I want to start with is the fuel system. So return, fuel regulator's all done, all plumbed up, all AN lines again. Returns all the way down there. I appreciate it's dark so you can't really see it, but follows the standard fuel lines all the way back. Obviously AN fittings courtesy of Torx. And if we come into the boot, that is the fuel system finished. Well, obviously it's not wired up, but we've got mind the shit. We've still got the standard in-tank pump in the tank, so that's now feeding into the swell pot, which is being fed by an 044 into a filter back out to the fuel rail. So from the tank into the swell pot, back to the front of the car, and then it returns back to the tank. Excellent. Happy with that. That is the fuel system, like I say, minus wiring, and you know, it looks almost like it's supposed to be there. And the final thing tonight is E34 diff is back in and the shafts fit spot on. Obviously they're hanging a bit low at the moment because the shocks and the springs are knackered, but yeah, E34 diff's in. Right, one last thing before I end this video. We're trying to work out how to do the prop at the moment. So because it's a 6-speed 530D gearbox, the flange on the front, well, on the back of the gearbox is bigger than the standard E36 one. So what we're going to have to do is use the back half of the E36 compact prop shaft and the front half of the 5 Series gearbox. But the 5 Series gearbox flange obviously fits, but the opposite side where the U-joint fits is too big. I'll show you what I mean. So I've got it in the choppy quick. This is the 5 Series box prop shaft. This flange is correct. This side is too big. This is the 3 Series prop shaft. This side is too small. This side is correct. So what we're going to do is chop that off there. Chop that off there. That's 60mm. That's 60mm. And then we are going to, this is the back half of the 5 Series prop shaft. Also 60mm. So bolt that to the car. Bolt that to the back of the middle of the prop shaft. And then cut that, bosh, a length to suit, and weld it all together. In theory, that's the plan anyway. So, wish us luck. We shall get on with it. Just quickly, back under the car, I just want to show you what I mean. So, back half of the 36 prop, obviously that diameter is too small to fit the 5 Series, and that diameter, well, the PCD for these holes, the flange that goes onto here, is way bigger than the E36 one. And also, we're gonna have to custom length it anyway, because this is actually this measurement here is actually a lot shorter than the standard E36. Like, if you've seen the previous videos, we've actually moved the gearbox back about 4 inches, so we haven't actually got a lot of room for the front half of the prop. I think eventually I'm going to go one-piece prop, but for now I think the easiest way to do it is obviously cut the E36 prop to fit that, cut the 5 Series prop to fit that, and then just weld something in between. But I'm just also, you might have seen obviously before, we're using a laser pointer to line things up. Now that's flopping down a little bit, but you get the idea. Laser pointer into the middle there like that. Look at that, spot on almost. Fingers crossed it works. Bear with us. What this obviously means, once the prop's all done, it means the engine can come out, to be honest. All the fab work's basically done. We just got to run a few more lines and stuff like that, but we can do that once it's all done, once the engine's back in. So, the plan is, open that up. Oh, my little makeshift rain jacket there for the Screamer. Once the prop shaft's done, all of that can come out. Obviously this is a mock engine, it's not got any pistons or anything in it anyway, so we've basically just been mocking up off this engine. So this will be a spare engine, but it's for me or Kev, whoever needs it. We've already got an engine for this, which is going to get a rebuild. It's going to get piston rings, head spacer, head bolts, all that stuff, and then we can bang that in. But in the meantime, whilst this is out, it means we can now prep the bay. I can get rid of all the burrs around here that we've done, you know, fill these holes in, especially where we've taken the heating matrix out. That needs to be filled in. And paint the bay. I'm thinking, well, we're probably going to go Raptor, but I'm thinking about tinting it a colour. I'm not sure. I've got an idea in mind, but I don't know if I'm going to pull it off. And then obviously build like heat shields and stuff for this, for the brake servo and stuff like that, but that can wait until bay's prepped. But what the good thing is, it means that whilst we're building the engine and farting around and tidying things up and that, I can send the car off to get caged and maybe painted. I mean, ideally I'd like to get it caged and then painted straight after, because obviously I'm doing this on the driveway and it'll go rusty straight away, like the cage will, because it will come unpainted. But yeah, fingers crossed, the next week or so, we'll basically be ripping everything out of the car, and then I'll be arranging to get it caged. So I'm well excited about that. And it also means that I can clean up all of this crap that's in here. Obviously we've accumulated stuff building the car. We've got a lot of material spare building the car, but once we know what the plan is, once we rip the engine out, we can make the garage like almost clinical, so we can bring the other engine in, get it all clean, get it prepped, ready to go. So I'm quite looking forward to that, because I like a nice tidy workspace. It's really bugging me that it's quite dirty in here. So what we've done is we've cut the F10, what the fuck's that called?
Prop flange.
Prop flange. We've cut the F10 prop flange off. We've cut the E36 prop flange off. We've cut the back half of the F10 prop to suit what length we need. We just need to chamfer it and stuff like that. And then, Kev, if you just eye it up for us, show us what we need, what we're going to do. Roughly. Roughly something like that. Righto, please excuse the mess. I've just got back from work. I took these in today because I don't have a lathe that's big enough to do this. So I've just weld prepped all of these. That's the centre of it. Nice little chamfer on there. And nice little chamfer on there. That one got a bit ropey, but should be okay. Now we just need to work out how to hold it together, tack it, and then send it off to get TIG weld. So my current plan is hold it in this piece of angle bar that I've got. That's nice and tight in there, hopefully. And then line it up like that, leave a little bit of gap, tack, tack, send her off. That's the plan. Wish me luck. First side tacked. Am I happy with it? Could be better, I think. Obviously, it's only tacked. I think this is going to be more trouble than I thought. So I've done both sides. I tried to maintain a decent gap all the way around, about 1/2 mil, just so we got enough nice little void to fill. Am I confident? Absolutely not. I think this might actually be the first thing on the car that we've made that I'm not happy with, but I'm about to test it, see how it goes. Am I confident? Still no. It bolts up, gives us enough space on the spline, which I'm quite happy about. It does turn, obviously, with a lot of effort. I think I've got to replace the bolts there a bit too long. I think they're the E36 bolts, but I don't know. I've got so many bolts in the garage, but yeah, drive line looks relatively straight. I suppose the only way I'm going to really know is put a level on the top of it, but I don't really got any room. Right. I've just taken the shafts off because it doesn't spin very freely otherwise. But I would say, I mean, it's hard to tell if there's any deflection on that, but it looks quite good. I'm quite happy with it. I just hope it's not a pain in the arse to balance. I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay, I'm gonna leave the video there. Obviously, fuel system's done, props mocked up. I need to get that TIG welded, but you'll probably see that in the next episode. We are now at the point where the engine's ready to come out. The rust can be addressed on the shell, everything can be addressed on the shell, and then I can arrange to get it caged and painted, and whilst that's happening we can rebuild the engine. So next episode will be, well, the next few episodes will probably be a lot of tearing down, a lot of swearing, a lot of getting dirty and cutting out lots of rust, but bear with me because it's all going to be worth it. Hopefully Christmas time, car will be running.